Hi there, Selective Collective. This is Kim here to do a collective read, but really here to just kind of talk a little bit. I want to talk about what's been going through my mind, my heart, you could say. I've been feeling this energy, okay? I've been feeling this energy. It's very intense. At the same time that I'm feeling shifts. This is like a chaotic, big energy, but there's a peace or a calmness in the middle of it, in the core, and those that have found that peace within themselves are safe, essentially, from whatever this energy is. But what's coming to me, interestingly enough, is I was thinking of prophecy. I was thinking of prophecy in a broad sense, because I'm kind of just compiling all the knowledge that I have up until now on different types of prophecies, and I'm feeling like there's a book that has been found already. There's a text that has been found. There's something that I feel like it has been found here on the earth that's going to be similar to like the book of Enoch. It's going to have that much importance, or the Dead Sea Scrolls. Anything that comes out now is being discovered or found into the public is going to be heavily scrutinized and be very easy to have fakes and things like that. But I'm just feeling this way because there's a lot of things that could be added. I feel like it has to do with revelation, or as the word revelation means, an awakening to a truth. Just like more details, something like that. And I don't know, I'm just getting this feeling like it already exists and like it's something that's been being studied, but it has to do, I think, specifically with times that we're experiencing right now at this moment. See, in the actual book of Revelations, the reason why this started in my mind was it started with me getting a feeling like that energy that's associated with the fallen angels, that energy I feel like is also coming bigger, coming back to life. I'll say that in quotes. And I think there's something more about their story that's going to be told. I'm not channeling, by the way, a specific person or entity, but what I get is, or what they're giving me is, in the book of Revelations, it talks about a dragon being unleashed into the world, right? And this dragon it's kind of representing darkness or evil. But when I look at the dragon too, I'm thinking of like primordial forces, like before there was the establishment of any kind of order on earth, there being this Tiamat figure that a lot of people associate with a black dragon, or a woman, a siren looking like woman. But she's chaos. She's chaos, and she ultimately is what's responsible for separating the heavens and the earth. Would also be what's responsible for them coming together. Be like a very important player, whether you look at it as evil or not. There's a balance that's supposed to be had, and well, if you read different types of things, if you read about the Nephilim, for example, then you know for sure that when something gets really off balance, then those higher order angels are going to come in. And through the book of Enoch, we learn that maybe even a tie to Alexander the Great here, and it makes sense because there wasn't that library demolished, and we don't know a lot of information from it. So it's maybe a tie with that, with some type of knowledge that I'm picking up on, a book, something that we'll talk about this energy more, because it's so it's so vague, isn't it? I mean, we know it's all a metaphor, but it's just so vague. There was an actual energy that found peace in the chaos. It was that energy. And so supposedly which is, I think what we have been entering is the time of the return of Christ consciousness, or very close. All right, almost like, I feel like even though we'll not know an exact hour or a day for the return of this Christ consciousness, I feel like it's going to be, the energy is similar to an eclipse that happens where you're feeling it way before, or a special alignment, and you're also feeling it way after. And so if your heart is tapped in or tuned into that frequency as it is, then it may get brighter and brighter the closer that energy comes to being, maybe here full force. It's here to restore balance, to restore, period, soul restoration. It's here to bring peace. And as you know, this energy that was unleashed onto the world for a very long time, it embodies that very basic, like, building block of this is chaos. And that takes your peace of mind living in that type of energy for too long, or for, for whatever reason we go through periods where we lose hope, and despair, and we really feel that lack of peace of mind. That's something everybody really wants. It's just peace of mind. So that's, to me, what this energy is coming in to restore. But in the time that happens, I think we're experiencing right now like this Tiamat energy. Because if you think about what does it mean to restore something, well, you would have to take it, if it was an old car, rusty old car, you would have to break it down, and you would have to take every part a piece, every single part a piece, because just the nut or the screw, if it's rusty, will cause a problem with the restoration. So literally everything will have to be taken apart. Seems like there's a divine plan for this. Now we have this car in parts or pieces, right? And then what happens after that? You have to clean it. You have to get it ready. You have to make sure that that you put each piece of yourself back together the right way, almost like a shaman that helps you with soul retrieval. So you have to have some sort of divine blueprint, or at least faith in some sort of divine blueprint to bring the pieces back together. If you've experienced something in your life where everything felt like it was pulled apart, or it is being pulled apart, then you're probably experiencing what I feel like is the beginning stages here of soul restoration. It's a good thing. It's not that's not a fun process. Yeah, and then you trust. You just have to trust. So I don't know, that's the message that I'm getting, is that I feel like there's some type of information that we need a little bit more on the extent of the purging that's going to go on. What is it about? How long? I don't know. I'm wanting those answers. I don't usually get answers within years. It's usually answers within the energy that I'm feeling. So I think that's what we're in the process of, and I think it's that messy cleaning process right now. Like refining, like fine silver, something like that. Oh, the secret. Yeah, a secret. So, see, a sacred secret. The golden rose represents something that is hidden, that is not, like you said, known yet. It's a secret. it gets unlocked at a specific time when you need it. It can be a sacred gift, an ability. It's such that the rose here, the way it grows, the leaf, it will kind of curve in and it will curve out at the same time. It conceals a lot, like wrapping something in a snuggly blanket. It's hiding or concealing a lot of things. So you could peel these back and there's always something else to see underneath there that you didn't see before. It's covered in something beautiful, but there's something more. And I think that they're literally just saying, yeah, this is like representing that there's something more. You know, there may be something bigger or better. It may be, oh, my cards, they're just a mess down there. Okay. Let's see, maybe this other deck will tell us a little bit more about this sacred secret. So I sense good changes. I do. And I'm getting a feeling of being tested more and more with faith in a divine plan as things around us and even our own experiences with some of the more material things that happen on earth, like the like finances, like food, like even relationships, like things going on that are maybe out of our control. Testing us to have more faith in the process of soul restoration, meaning that you're going to be returned to better than new. In my eyes. Better than the original state. And that, to me, that's the divine blueprint. I've heard 12-strand DNA, and then I've heard another person say 13-strand DNA, so I don't want to argue about something that I don't really know for sure. But I know that it has to do with something like the divine blueprint. This would give more abilities to heal ourselves. This would give abilities that we always had, but we've been veiled by the energy of fear and worry and anxiety. They've been veiled, they've been held back. So as you get more relaxed and centered, like within yourself, as you're accepting your dark side, your light side, all sides, and finding balance, not war or conflict within yourself. As you do that, you're going to find, for one thing, you're going to find that peace of mind. But I feel like you're going to experience a lot of changes that involve the flow of your gifts and your abilities. I've said this before, it's like a kinked, the energy of anxiety and fear, even sadness, like when it's, you know, everything has a balance. So when those things get off balance, then it's essentially taking a water hose and kinking it, and then wondering why your intuition's not flowing, or why you're not getting your hits like you used to, or where did that good energy go? Why isn't anything flowing? It's because those energies of anxiety, fear, worry, stress, depressed, all of those, we have to figure out how to let them flow and unkink that hose again, so that we can be relaxed enough to receive these secrets. These are also things they're saying, because I'm seeing this winter's gestation card. In the guidebook, it's going to tell you that the golden rose has kind of a hint that there are certain periods, like actual ages in our lives, especially if you're here from, I was going to say a different density. a different density, or if you are here as whatever you can relate to, what, light worker, star seed, somebody who embodies the truth of a bright light. There may be certain reasons why something was hidden from you, or why something was not turned on until a certain time. Yeah, I was picking up on that too, about this divine plan being, there's something with things not necessarily working out in the time frame that you thought, or something that you thought was going to go really well that just didn't. And there's something they were saying, there's a strong message of a divine plan of you being rerouted, because that timeline had a big disaster on it. That timeline had something that was unpleasant, and you're just still linking a memory to, well, this didn't work out at this time. But they're saying, no, it all worked out great, actually. There's something that didn't work out because you're absolutely being protected from a certain timeline. And that came through so strong. It was one of my initial messages before I just sat down here to start talking to you all. But, yeah. It's obviously something you don't understand, or you won't necessarily understand. And it can also be part of this secret. Quantum immortality comes to mind, where we have this life, and we have different timelines, because whenever something really bad either happened on a timeline, and you may have been at the brink of that thing thinking, wow, I almost died. Well, like, you might have. And quantum immortality will just kind of keep you alive as long as you possibly can in this lifetime. Like, it just keeps going. Which essentially is what death is anyway, right? Just a transition. We keep going. Deep diver. Diving into a task. Ooh. Transmuting pain. The fool's embrace. Deep diver. Number 10 is a completion. What do we have? We have 58 up there, and then we have 10. 58 and 10. Deep diver, diving into a task. This is when you go where it's dark. You go where it's dark. Why? Because you're usually exploring. You're exploring. You want to see things that you haven't seen. Okay. Could be you being very focused too on whatever this is. What if this is a career-related purpose, you know, that will be diving into a task? Oh, well, that makes sense too. Part of the restoration, I said, was cleaning. It's going to be part of it. And this card is about getting clarity and organization, having a tidy house, cleaning things. Cleaning your external place so that you can clear out the energetic clutter at the same time. It's doing that at the same time as you clean. So maybe that's why they say cleanliness is next to godliness, because the more things are in order and the more things are clean, then I guess it's better for you. Clean things are good for you. Organization is also a way of having peace of mind for most people. Lost in space, needing direction. So what are we going to do? Dive deep? Lost in space, needing direction. A sacred contract. Lost in space, needing... Actually, let's get one for the lost in space, needing direction. Stating your intention, intentionality. This is what you're wanting to manifest. Eye of the needle, your intention, why you're doing something. And I always think of the needle as mending. So intentionality, it's very important for you to state why you're doing something. That's what and being intentional about what you create. I also have detox, repairing. There we go. So maybe we're repairing the body, mind, and soul. Or restoring. Detox. Will-o'-the-wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. Treasures hidden in the shadows. Straddling worlds, wandering between realms. And then gathering around the power of community. It's on the bottom, Saturn on the bottom. Well, big energies. Everything's good, okay. Straddling worlds, wandering between realms. Treasures hidden in the shadows. That's very similar to the golden rose. That's something that's hiding, or that is a secret. The crossing, the initiation. Whoa. And the crown games, the right use of power. Who's wearing the crown? The right use of power. It's on the bottom. Deep, quiet meditation and stillness. Crown games, right use of power. Let's use some tea leaves. What's the crown games about? Wow. Wow. Look. I gotta turn the light on for that so you can see it better. It's such a cute cards. I have this crown and then I have this throne. I love it. Love it. Throne, position of authority. There you are. One card representing the throne and the other card representing you with the crown. Sounds like the meek shall inherit the earth, doesn't it? It's exactly what I thought right when I saw this. A shift. Because the energies, when they get balanced out, and if you already resonate with love, peace, and Christ consciousness, like if you lean more towards that side, I think you're going to benefit in this next new world, new realm. I'm not really judgmental on whatever side anybody wants to be on, but I know where I have more of an affinity to. So I think you will be like benefiting from this. Yeah. Basically because that energy that was unleashed for a long time, and anybody that really carried light was thrown off balance, and by some pretty strong forces, some pretty strong powers that have to get, like, things have to be rectified every now and then from a higher power. At least this is how, guys, this is how I believe. This is what I feel to be true. Bread, a period of prosperity and abundance. Okay, so me talks, repairing the body, mind, and spirit it's taking you to another place. So you literally could be moving to another place where you are meeting different people, or like part of your soul group or soul family, the gathering around in between worlds. You're doing this feels like, doesn't feel like preparation to you, needing direction, eye of the needle, me talks. It feels like preparation. It feels like getting ready for this bridge, for crossing into a new portal. A new portal. Tell me about the crossing. So that's why they're saying clean up, find direction, and be intentional at this time. Because you're about to start experiencing things different. I feel like better, or I wouldn't be talking about it really. Romance is in the air. So definitely could be like a new a romance or some type of love coming into your life. That is, the rose, beautiful. It's eternal, and the red and the white rose. When it's painted red, the rose, it's about creativity. You remember the scene from Alice in Wonderland? I think it was Alice in Wonderland, right? What they were painting the roses red. I think that's what you're doing here. There's going to be a lot, something's going to make you feel very creative and in love and inspired. This, I don't know if you maybe the owl is significant to you. It definitely has something to do with knowing some type of like, maybe you could call it secret information, or maybe you could call it just wisdom. But I relate the owl to even things like clairvoyance, and they're known for their eyesight. They're also known to fly. They have those little poofy feathers underneath their wings, so that they don't, it buffers the sound so they don't make a noise when they're going after their target, right? So good advice from a wise person. I feel like this is your wisdom that you're taking with you through this portal. Interesting. Tell me about Lost in Space. Sorrow over a loss. Peace and harmony. Okay, so sorrow over some sort of loss, and it was causing disruption in your peace and harmony. Okay, yeah, well, they're just bringing up that sometimes when we have an experience where we've suffered a great loss, whether that's a person that we loved that we lost, or we had something really big fail, a project, something that's big, means a lot to us. It can be very easy to stay in that energy, or find ourselves in that energy too long, only after the fact that we've been in it for a while, right? And the camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. Persevere and you will overcome problems. What about community? Haystack, karma. It says you'll reap what you have sown. I see this card, though, as being good karma for you. Oh. I don't usually. There could be an older man, somebody that is part of your family that has, or somebody like that is attached to some type of karma for playing in the old energy too much with you. Okay, so they'll probably see their karma too. But I think you're going to see your good karma is what I think. I'll usually pick up. I see this haystack going in flames. I see people's karma being burnt off. Fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Because this energy that's going to come through, the reason I say that is because I feel like it's going to be like a wildfire. Whoosh, you know, just everything gets burned off, and it allows for beautiful new lush growth underneath, but it's gonna take out everything first, good or bad karma. I don't know, I just have that feeling, so I'm gonna go with what I'm intuitively feeling about when it comes to karma, because there's like feels like there's a turning point in our story based on prophecy, based on what cycles are going on, and what is really relevant. I feel like even karma is something that's being looked at differently by the divine because of the extreme influence of heavier, darker forces that were here, energy. I know that sounds really like out there, but I think that that's why I'm getting the sense that this Christ consciousness restoration is going to be like a woof, because you know that verse that says they know not what they do. That's what I'm getting in my mind is after this wildfire or karmic wipe away, then you'll have like a choice in a place that has new fertile ground. You simply will be plucked if you don't belong. If you start growing as something that's not supposed to grow there. If it gets to that point and then everything's been cleared off and things are more balanced and you have more awareness and people actually know what they're doing to themselves, to each other, to their bodies, when they actually really know and are conscious, when they actually can control things that they buy, how they purchase things, when those things come into balance, it's going to be different. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. Oh, look here. Dissatisfaction with life with cracked cup is clearly in the reverse, right? So this is where, but you might be experiencing this right now as you're going in between worlds here, straddling worlds, wandering between realms, going from the cracked cup feeling to satisfied, happy, not as worried. It's the torch and the fire. Excuse me. I'm going to get some more coffee. Excuse me. Torch in the fire. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. It was a burp. So that must be like an energy coming up. Like for real. It really might be. Very hot in here. Maybe it's because I'm looking at all this, the fire and the torch. Okay. Pineapple with reconcile. Mend, reconcile, restore. Maybe relationships that, maybe it's involving that older man. The mountain road, you are on the road to success. What about deep dive? What is sunrise? And the goldfish on the bottom. So you're diving into a task you're going to find probably increase in material wealth or spiritual growth, climbing towards success with the ladder, and then sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, and a fresh start. Breaking free from some kind of big control, right? Handcuffs, clearly in the reverse. And I think it has to do with the cracked cup that was in the reverse. But this is how I see that the energy has been for a very long time, and is like fighting to still keep this control, this reign on people. But it's not working. It's not going to work, because not only, it wasn't just people trying to control Mother Nature too, trying to bend it to a will that was either harmful or destructive. And like Mother Nature's also, just like the humans that are affected by this energy, are going to rebel in a purging type of way. Everything that they don't need anymore. So will Mother Nature, in the form of natural disasters. You know, won't tolerate it. So handcuffs, control, defenseless, target, handicapped, held back, prey, suppress, a need to break free, detained by external forces, applying force, incapacitated, submit, feeling powerless. And that's, woof, yeah, because the scales were off balance. Yeah, because the scales were always off balance. Truth, justice, sword and scales. But I think it has to do with that. This is telling you that you're like this fishing pole. So you, meaning that you can be assured you have a lot of accomplishments. You are self-reliant. They want you to explore yourself, maybe mentor others on things that you have learned, and that you're more than capable. You're more than capable. Have timing card with autumn. It says 6 to 9 months. But autumn, or the time in autumn, or around September for us. I still think I'll go with September, because it's also like the Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. So I think that's when something's going to come full circle to a celebration of being in a different spot completely in life. Yeah, the Phoenix, transformation, eternal soul, renew, resurrection, rebirth, destroy, rising from the ashes, emerge, new air, alchemy, transmutation, ascension, the end is just the beginning. And cake, celebration, ceremony, party, gathering with friends and family, honor, remember, recognize, awards ceremony. I think this is like the crown. This is like your crown being given to you because of this major rising from the ashes. Transformation. Major transformation. We have a Namkara on the bottom of unconditional love. And then map. So we have 1, 2, 3 cards that say explore or dive deep. Exploration. There's an unknown destination that you are headed to. Somewhere new. Whoa. Your headache is going to be relieved, and so are your problems or concerns. Don't let it get to your mind too much. The problems or concerns, or the way that things feel tangled. And something is going to be figured out and relieve a headache. I don't know who this is. This is maybe a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, but there's something for you not to actually think at this time. about how something is going to look unraveled in the future. Just know, just have faith and know that it will. You have success twice.